and aspects and stuff, and looking at these other spots, and so we'll think it's different species in there. It's like, well, you know, this sort of looks like that, so maybe this is what we should put here and put there and all that. More mines, the better. The problem with the Prisoners Harbor project, which you're going to see up there, is there was the mines, the hydrologists and the wetland ecologists designed her from the Park Service, and their specialty is freshwater wetlands in Colorado. So they're not saltwater wetlands in California. Paula, who was designing the pond, never talked to anybody that knows anything about wetlands in California. Big mistake. That's why there's only 6 species on the list, right? First thing we did, we called Wayne Farron, the guy that we know from UCSB. Wayne, what do you think about this plant? He said, this plant is a piece of shit. What do you think about the species list? Sucks, right? So we got Wayne's opinion. So we've already added like 20 species to the list. Then we talked to Mary Carroll, another plant ecologist who spent 38 years out of Santa Cruz Island. What do you think? Project plan sucks. Species composition sucks. What would you add? So then she gave us a few more ideas. And then we talked to Steve Junak, who wrote the flora of Santa Cruz Island. Well, have you been to this part of South Seas? Have you been to lagunas? Take a look at this area. This is what I think it should look like, right? All this should have been done 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, or even a year ago. Not when the plan is already in motion to have the grading. I don't know how many people we've worked with over the years that they say that they want to do. It's at least $20,000 an acre to restore, at least. That's minimum. It can be up to $500,000 if it's like a wetland an acre. I've been doing all this research. Seed, your plants aren't going to be ready for a year, right? But to divide this, it'll be ready in a month or a month and a half. So, and it's cheaper. So it's a way of speeding up the process. So you start with your mother plants. This is our mother. And then you cut this in 5 sections and you end up with 5 plants. You save 1 for your mother for when you need more. You sell 4 of them, right? So all these tubs over here on both sides are what we call our mother stock. So somebody will call, like George, and said, I need another couple hundred plants for this. We just go to our mother stock, divide from it, save our mother stock for the next time. And then every once in a while, we'll go out and collect fresh seed and start new mother stock so that we're not just inbreeding over, using the same exact genetics for years and years and years.
And this also depends on where this is all from. So these things are local here. This stuff here is from Grand Canal in Venice.
Vienna wetlands.
Yeah,
that's
so
LA stuff.
That's LA stuff. This right here also, this is a mother stock because nobody's going to buy a 2-gallon Anamopsis. What's the standard size that contractors install?
4 inch.
1 gallon.
4 inch to 1
4 inch
gallon.
or 1 gallon.
Yeah.
No installer wants to dig a 2-gallon hole for this plant.
Now,
What is that?
This is
what happens when you keep
Anamopsis?
mother plants is you end up with weeds, and that's not going to be a sufficient enough weeding job, probably. Right?
Probably no.
So what we're going to do, because if you sell plants with weeds, you lose your reputation real fast. What you're going to do is you're going to take off the first ½ inch of soil or so, right? And make sure, because there's weed seed sitting on the top of that, right? You're just going to take all that off, and that's gone. You don't want to reuse that for anything, because that's all weeds.
What's the common
And then we're going to cut that. It's easier to weed once you take it out of the pot rather than before, because then you can just peel the weeds down out of the pot. Peel it down, peel it out.
The Shumash used to make some kind of an eye wash out of yerba mate.
They did.
Yeah, this is a medicinal.
This is very much a medicinal.
And then I'm going to take all this topsoil off.
It
They
has
say
a
eat some of it too, right? Eat the
Spanish
roots?
common name is because the Spanish really liked it as a medicinal. They
This is a medicinal.
learned that
Adopted
from the
it.
Chumash.
Herba mansa.
Yeah. So
Okay, so now we've got Stomach issues.
They make like a tea out of it and make eye washes. And
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
a
eyes too?
cleanser. And
That's
yeah.
It's also
it
good
sounds
for
like
stomach, I
It
believe.
sounds like it's like an antibiotic.
Okay, so then we're gonna go.
Is that a word?
Just like cutting a pie.
Supports the immune system.
There you go.
There's one plant. Pot that up into 1 gallon. There's another plant.
So this is where you want to kind
Antibacterial.
of just look at it,
That's cool.
you know.
Another
and-
plant.
But mild, you know, so it's not.
Another
irritating.
plant. Right there. Bang. Division. And then we might want to put one back in the 2 gallon. Maybe the biggest one for our mother stock. We'll put the other ones into 1 gallon to sell. Right?
And then we're going to label.
This is equisetum.
Yeah, now this is,
Equestrian. What does that entail?
Water.
Horsetail.
Horsetails. Equisetum. Equestrian.
now
Right?
That's a spore plant. How would you
Right,
reproduce that from
right.
spores? Can you do that?
you could.
You could, but
But
it
who
takes
would
all.
want to?
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
hard.
It's very hard.
Your best,
That's
your best bet is to salvage some
so-
from the site, from your reference site, and then divide.
So
Yeah.
this is where you need, on your data sheets, you need to learn the cultural attributes. What Don did over here and cut this into 5 pieces, you don't want to do this one. We're going to do this one just like cut it in half. Because the equisetum is much more primitive. It is not a seed-bearing
More like a fern.
plant.
Yeah.
It is
The lower plant.
it is not a
Lower
seed-bearing plant. And you will see it's actually,
It's from the days of the dinosaurs,
I don't want to break it off.
where plants had seeds and
And
flowers.
so, and it doesn't have the same definable structure underground that.
Ready? There we go. You see that little trick? You just snap the edge of the pot.
Yeah. So this one we don't want to, but I'm going to do the same peeling off thing if I can, which I may not be able to.
You don't really have any seeds on it. I mean, any weeds on it.
Not too much, no. But this one I think we'll just divide maybe in quarters. Here's one weed here.
Yeah, I can
I think
see
you
it
can do
now.
quarters on that.
We'll do quarters.
This one here.
This one, now look, this one we got this great little pup right there, so we want
Right.
to take advantage of that.
That's a new plant.
So cut that off and
pop
plant that.
off. This would be, is this Juncus texalis or?
Uh-huh. It's
This
got
is-
tags. Check your
This
tags.
should be texalis. Texalis. What does that stand for?
Textile.
Textile. And it's called that because the Native Americans wove baskets with it,
Cool.
right?
It's a
Texalis.
juncus.
They used a lot of the juncuses for basket weaving.
Yes.
It used to be called Indian rush, but that's politically incorrect, so now they call it basket rush.
Right. Some of these have sharp points on them, especially the
Juncus
Juncus
acutus. Here, this one right here, that one. Watch out for this guy right here.
Oh yeah.
working with this
Spiny
plant,
juncus.
I would recommend that you have glasses on, or you work around. Don't work around other people, and don't anywhere get close to these to your eyes. They're
Wow.
very sharp, acute, acutus.
Robin knows that, right? Did
This
him
is
with
a really
Dave last
good
time.
route.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to keep people from jumping into a pool area around your house, plant this along the edge of the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some maybe some wild rose or something like that.
Or both.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's barbed wire. Barbed wire is so obsolete.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So we got.
This one here is Juncus patent or patent, depending who you talk to. Another Juncus.
Here's
There
another.
are a lot of Sherbises, rushes.
Here's another Juncus.
Juncus.
This is Juncus fay, so this would be brown-headed rush. Okay, so
Most of these plants are adapted to grow in anaerobic soils. That means without air. Almost all plants need air. Wetland plants are unique in that they don't have to have air in the soil.
true wetland plants. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So this is.
that's why they look. This is anaerobic. When you see the blackness like that, there's no
smell.
The smell. There's no air in that. That's why everybody called marshes and swamps, and they thought that evil critters came out and everything.
Swamp gas.
Right. They made a lot of films, right, about, you know, all the critters that evolve out of the swamp, and they're all evil, evil, evil. They've always had a bad rap, wetlands, but the plants are quite unique.
Okay.
This one can get divided at least in 4s.
Lots, and it's got an equisetum.
Oh, it's got
in it.
equisetum mixed in here.
Okay, so check this out. So this is a flat rush. When you feel that, okay, so this is a round. Feel that round, flat, and when you peel this one, you're gonna see little segments in there, and those are the little. It's got to get water and nutrients up and down, and those are its little ladder segments that help it do that. Peel this one.
What's the difference between a scirpus and a juncus? What is that? Do they look the same?
No.
Do we have a scirpus?
We do have scirpus.
Okay, that's
Scirpuses are some form,
They're kind of.
and juncuses are usually round, except we have 2 in this area that are flat.
Okay, so.
Because whenever you make a rule, this is like English class. For every rule, there's an exception.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah. Yes.
So the family is, for juncus is juncaceae,
Yeah.
and the family for scirpus is cyperaceae.
Yes. And then there's and then we we'll do some caryxes and
Which are poaceae, right, carex?
no, poaceae is grass.
Well,
And
okay, you're right.
This is not
Okay.
a true caryx.
It's not
is not a true
It's
grass.
not. Huh?
No. No, I have a great caryx over here. We'll bring over because it's flowering right now, so you can see the male flower and the female flower on the same stalk. Yeah, it's beautiful right now. Okay,
One
so
more thing, Karen, while I'm thinking about it. Business, the nursery business. When we delivered the project to the Grand Canal, that's out of our area here, Karen was smart enough to say, you know, we should save some mother stock. We had no more jobs down in LA. She said, oh, we should save some mother stock. I'll walk up here and we have mother stock from Magoo. And we have mother stock from Bayona Wetlands. Both of those are way down there. Well, we just got this call from Malibu, and this is 3 or 4 years after we did Grand Canal, right?
and it's really weedy.
Right. But this gets us the job because we can tell the planner for that project that we already have mother stock. No other nursery has mother stock. We get the contract, right? And that's a $200,000 contract because we have an extra 100 plants that we saved in our nursery for 3 years, right? It's a business thing. Now it took up space, and now we have to weed them and everything, but we got a $200,000 contract because of that, or we might get one. We'll know after Monday.
We're hoping.
But this will give us the advantage.